Right, so hi everyone. So this is actually for the 5th now. So we've got the wolf, full moon and Cancer tomorrow, because this is going to be for the 5th. I'm actually filming it on the 3rd just to confuse matters. But I always like to mention that because I do think it's cool, you know, when I'm picking up on it days in advance. So let me know if your day was anything like this. Not that everything happens on the day for people, but some of it does. And again, by the way, can I just say, the more that you like the channel, the more that you comment, the more that you get involved, the more likely I'm able to pick up on your situation. So it is in your best interest if you want me to do that. I mean, obviously, if you really want me to do that, book a session, a personal one. But yeah, if you actually do, even, you know, you don't need to comment if you're private. If you like, then I'm more likely to pick up on you. But yeah, it is the wolf full moon tomorrow as I'm filming this in Cancer, so it's very hashtag all the feels, family, soul family, people that feel like home, which is your twin flame. And this is a twin flame channel, and I am a twin flame channel. Get it? 5 is about big changes. I make healthy choices as I have only respect for myself. I feel this is where the divine masculine is at, like currently. It's like either a mixture of going through the tower moments and really going through it, and so they're not available to pay a lot of attention to the twin flame journey itself because they're clearing karma. I wouldn't be surprised if that card comes out of that deck that says that now. And then there's others that have went through it and they are ready to give. So we'll just see what it is today. 144. The neighbour's playing some kind of instrument. I don't know if it's the saxophone or the trumpet or something. So the moon goes into Cancer just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, my time, UK time. So you'll need to look at where that is for you. So the sort of first half of the day is still Gemini moon. That's about communication. And obviously communication's all over the place because it's Mercury retrograde. Do you know what? These cards have been sitting here the last video and really for the past few days, and I keep not using them. So I'm going to do it now before I forget. So that means something. There's something that you, oh my God, there's something that you have been, sorry, if you're new, my name's Claire, and everything I say from the minute I press, everything I say all the time, basically, even when I'm not like pressing record, but everything is channeling. So the way that I'm being, the mood that I appear to be in, my personal stories, anonymous client stories, you know, all of it means something for whoever this is for. So if it means fuck all to you, it's not your message. Just listen if you want. Nobody's forcing you. But the fact that I kept not using these cards when I really wanted to, and they were meant to be a main feature, and I kept not doing it, that's why I'm like, wow, it's blown my mind. This is a divine masculine. Look, because this is a divine masculine to me, right? And for a long time, I was seeing myself as the wolf solely, because I've been alone a long time. I'm still alone, and it's you know, it's basically having to be my own divine feminine. I'm a divine masculine, but almost too much. Definitely too much at some points, because if there's no one to protect you, you have to fucking protect yourself. But if you're in major protection mode, it stops your masculine coming forward. So you need to learn to fall in your feminine, which is what I have done. And obviously we can have days where we fall into being too masculine again, but you know, it's all about finding that balance and getting used to it and slowing down where you need to, and then they start to fall into place where they're meant to, and then eventually you see the manifestation of that. But the fact that I'm now shuffling these cards, but the fact that I kept missing the main feature, it's weird the divine masculine kept knowing that the divine feminine was the main feature, the main focus, but being distracted. Wow. I'm getting so much, I can't even describe to you what's happening over my neck and my head as I'm saying that, but it's going to mean something to someone that. So it's like if you're on the receiving end, it could feel like everybody means more than you, but actually it's that they know on a soul level they're growing into being the best version of themselves, and they don't want to come forward before that. It doesn't mean that you might see them before that, but it's like they'll not be their best self. What does this say? Starseed Elemental. Look, this is really deep today, but it's probably that Venus went into Aquarius. It's very galactic energy, and that's what these cards are to me. It's somebody awakening to their galactic self. evolution. Yeah, look, their soul's journey. This is a divine masculine soul's journey. So because they're awakening to what's unique and special about them, and that they're not like everybody else, it's grounding it in the physical, where they want to be around that gets that, which is obviously their feminine, ground and center, root chakra. But this is about a union manifesting. Again, I feel it is really, well, not every day, because the last few days haven't been about that, but the last few days before that were fire, passionate. Look, and then that's the balance of the feminine and masculine balancing out. Right, that's enough of them because they're pretty deep. Third eye, but it's in reverse. So again, our ancient future. You know what I mean? Past lives. That's deep shit today. That's deep shit. But I'm telling you, there are masculines out there that do get what I'm saying. And if they don't get it right now, they'll get it in time. But I feel a lot of them are way more awakened to the journey than what they make out to either you or to others. Obviously, you won't know that if you're not around them, but that's my feeling. The silver waterfall, that's about clearing chakras, but it's in reverse. So again, this is like talking about the distortion, emotional freedom, and somebody's finding emotional freedom from being in the year of the rabbit, which we go into at some point this year. Seeing in the dark what they couldn't see before, because that's the owl. About their sacred woman. Look, this is what I said. They can now see who their sacred woman is, who their divine feminine is. They may have actually always known, but something just was keeping them away. Whether it was like, well, I was about to say whether it was spell work or their own faults, but actually it's both. There's a huge attack on twins. Boundaries. Look, something, and in this case, I'm taking it to be something that tells them, I need to stay away. Look, there's a tiger and the wolf again. I need to stay away as a divine masculine from my divine feminine. There's a will again until I'm out of this distorted energy. I need to protect her. So again, it's about protecting the union. Look, I can't date this person. So this again, they might not be conscious of this, but at some point then they will be. I can't date my divine feminine because I would hurt her. And actually I want to give her everything. So I'm going to have to reparent myself about my life purpose and about twin flames so that I can resolve this conflict and love her the way she deserves, or him. I need to forgive myself for what all happens before that. I forgive myself, I'm forgiven. This is very Cancer full moon. So that I can come in inner peace for myself and love myself and know that I'm enough. And then I can be enough for them. And then the union can manifest. Look, there's infinity, there's the sunflowers, that means something to you. And then we can both shine bright together. Wow, that was pretty deep. This is deep, man. Totally deep. See, I told you, my Gemini energy in my chart hits the Scorpio stuff and it gets real deep, real quick. Whatever that means. Right, so what else do we need to know for the 5th? Right, I didn't actually home in on where's the divine feminine. Where's the divine feminine on the day that I'm picking up for this, whoever it's for. They're all about their masculine. Right, where's the masculine at? Are you fucking kidding me? I love when that happens. They're on the same fucking page. So that, how great, by the way, I love that, because the way I just channeled that, I said that it's like the more they focus on, so it's like the more divine feminine, the more you surrender and release expectations and just know that it's not going to go the way that you think it's going to go. It's going to go another crazy way, but it will all work out the way it's meant to. Trust, basically, and go the flow and do what makes you happy. Protecting your sacred sexual energy, I might add. Do what makes you happy. Doesn't mean go and fucking get on with whoever else you're guided to. There's other people giving that advice, and you can take that advice if you want, but your sacred sexuality is very potent magical energy, and you don't just want to be giving that away to anyone, you know what I mean? And even this guy needs to work for it too, do you know what I mean? But that's a personal call, because the chemistry between you can be pretty intense, and it's really a personal call. But anyway, point is, you're focused on your divine masculine's focused on loving himself too, but I'm going to clarify this, it could also mean they're if they're in distortion, they could be too focused on themselves right now and not focused on you. So it's kind of funny because it can, for some people, it's going to be a good thing that they're putting themselves first. Therefore, they're going to put you first in the connection. But and then you'll see manifestation of that because that was the timeline. For others, it could be you're focused on them too much and they're focused on them too much. You know what I mean? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, look. Therefore, he's not offering the love that you deserve, Divine Feminine. Because something's out of balance. They need to get out of hostilities. But they are putting hostilities behind them, whoever this is. And I feel it's going to be towards the end of this month, whoever this is about, something really shifts, because we've got the 26th and the 30th of January are going to be significant, because they can leave if they want in that picture. Women holding a heart in reverse, you see, they can, again, it's about connections that are broken down, or again, I do feel it's like just people maybe even moved away from a while ago, but they're still kind of trying to get in there, because the woman holding the heart in reverse, it's somebody that this person can't trust, and keeps them away from their angel of love. That's always my Divine Feminine card, but and it makes the Divine Feminine feel unloved by the loving man. So he comes forward when he's in his power. 37 may be significant. Obviously we know it is for some. 3 and 7 is 10. 10 is endings, and then reduces to 1 is new beginnings. They come forward when they're feeling good. They're feeling good about their money. They're not indecisive about you. They're not in deceit, because they're not happy without their Divine Feminine. They're confused about everything. Everything. That's like spirituality and what this journey's all about. But they're not confused about their goddess of the moon. And when they were, it's because they had negative attachments, distortion, spell work. People had bound them to them, like, you know, the karmic people had bound them to them, so they couldn't see what was true and what wasn't. It was making them refuse to see. Making them have no strength about this caring connection. But when they wake up to the truth, that's when they're ready to be the man holding the heart. And then they will open up. And then happy times, sacral chakra times, and healing begins in a different way. And you can, look, this is cards from the start. You can give, from the other day, I think. You can, I didn't put on the timer. You can start your new beginning together. A different kind of healing begins, where you can give equally, where I feel you didn't in the past because of this devil energy. And it could have just, this actually is about sex too, so it could have been it was just all about sex before. You didn't let feelings get involved. But look, and I just mentioned the 10 thing as well, but now, so actually I feel that does mean the 10th of January is going to be significant for something I'm saying here. They're just going to go with the flow, or you're going to go with the flow with the feelings, because the water is the Cancer full moon, which is tomorrow. But still guarding the heart. Looking at things from a different perspective. You need to I feel this, whoever this is, this Divine Masculine needs to take a bit of time out here and there to just process. Yeah, to go inwards and seek the truth. Because we've got love in reverse. That's the Lovers. But it's not about, I don't feel that, what's that about? I don't feel that, yeah, because look, the song that just flashed up is, been waiting for a lifetime for you, wasn't looking for love till the fact, like basically it's intense. They just need to take time out because it's intense. And yeah, it's that, what that's telling me is it's because it's manifest in reverse, it's like, this is feeling like you've got everything you need. So it's like sometimes they don't feel good enough. But that's when they need even more love. But you also need to know when to give someone space. And then that helps them change their focus and see the truth. Helps them come out of battling in their own minds. Yeah, this is somebody that just, this is a masculine that just needs to go and have their own time, have their own space, to go into hermit mode, to confront their deeper feelings. It's like someone's trauma coming up, and when you give them the space, if you're the masculine, it helps strengthen the bond because you trust them that they'll come back in the physical. And then I did just, I mean, I just kind of cut the deck and I saw sadness and isolation in reverse, which is like, it reminds me of the man going in the cave analogy, and then they come out when they're ready, and then well-deserved reward, and then it's like children, isn't it? But again, this is the thing, romantic relationships are like that. It is a lot like, you know, women just want to be heard and valued and loved and hugged, depending on what your love language is. And that's definitely me, by the way, because I done that wee test the other day. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I'll put the link in the comments. Somebody remind me if I've not done it. But it's like, before I done it, I thought, I bet you anything. And I thought that's a problem because that's not happened in a while. But it's like, I thought, I bet you I'm the physical touch. Like, that's my love language. Like, I've just thought, you know, I don't need to have been in a relationship for a long time to know that that's what I love. You know, that's what makes me feel loved, is when somebody holds my hand or cuddles me, or just, because I've always had that vision. And whenever me and my twin flame are, whenever that's divinely timed, whenever we're at our best, I just think we'll just I just think we'll be all over each other, like not making people uncomfortable, kind of, well, it's really weird, but you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, I just think we'd be holding hands and having our arms around each other, you know, just having your hand on their leg and shit, like, I don't know, maybe that's just what I want, but I don't think so. I feel that is what we would both be like. But it may not be, I don't think it's as simple as your twin flames love language would be the same as yours. So that's what's quite important to sort of, when you're at that bit, to sort of see how they receive love, you know what I mean? Because with men, typically, it's, they want to provide and be given praise when they do something, that they will just acknowledgement of what they've done when they do it, kind of thing. Basically what I'm getting at is you can often be just totally misunderstanding, miscommunicating, and when you, if you're already in a relationship or you're beginning one and you're getting closer, it is wise to do, even if you think it's all the shit, like, it is wise to just sort of see where you're at, because like I say, that's good for me to know that it's like, right, I'm going to need to communicate that with who I'm getting close to when that happens, that if I'm not like getting a cuddle, well, everything that involves physical touch, guys, use your imagination. But do you know what I mean? It's true. Like, I've got Mars and Scorpio, you know what I mean? Needing that sacral sex. It's like sacral, I might say sacred sex, but it's like, but not, you know what I mean? But to me, it's like I've come along, oh God, why didn't you see what I mean? The Scorpio energy talking right now. But it's, I've come a long journey, I've come a long way with that, from just not, well, I wouldn't say not being that bothered about sex, but just not connecting the dots with the feelings and the sex, and I had to protect myself and keep it separate. To now being like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, my boundaries are, I'm not doing that. When I have sex with someone, it's because I fucking want to, because I care about them. You know what I mean? And because anything else would just confuse me, to be honest. And it wouldn't make me happy. So that's my boundaries, and that's what I know about myself. But many people are not, they just, you know, they've not done that work there. It doesn't mean you can't start to do it now, but, and I feel a lot of twins will teach each other. You'll teach each other different things, about what it's really like to be intimate with someone, and always, not just sex, you know what I mean, but that too. And that strengthens bonds. Right, is there anything else the tantric guides want to say? But yeah, that's really important, because you see, that just happens to be my love language, is the physical touch one. But, oh God, what are the other ones again? There's receiving gifts is one. So you could be somebody that when somebody listens to the things that you say and then they get you a wee gift, it doesn't even need to be about money. It could be like something, it could be like, for instance, it's like, I'm one of these people that, like, see when my mum does that, like, it depends, because me and my mum used to go walk every day, and like sometimes she'll buy it and then sometimes I'll buy it, and no matter what, whenever she hands me the coffee or whatever she's getting me a coffee in a row, I'll always be like, thanks, and I make a point of letting her know that I'm grateful, and I actually do make her like acknowledge it, you know what I mean? It's about receiving, gratefully receiving, and making sure that a person knows you're grateful and all that, because so many people just don't fucking say thanks and they don't say please, you know what I mean? And those of you that have been around me a long time know that, like even when I'm offering free cards, which by the way I'm still, you know, if I don't put in the comments, if you want a free card, just let me know in the comments and I'll pull you a card on these videos. And if you want free cards, like as in 1, 2, 3, it's a tenner, and you can PayPal it. The links will be below if I remember to put them. And if you want 6 cards, it's 20 quid, and I'll do that as well. But again, you can just have a free card if you want. So just, you know, ask. And again, just now I'm guided to say it doesn't matter if you've already had one like more recently or like a week ago or something. Just ask, you know what I mean? It's just a card. So when I'm guided to stop doing that, I will. But for now, that's what I feel people need. So, because you've got to have the courage to ask. Do you know what I mean? So, if that gets overwhelming, I'll stop it though. So take advantage of it while I'm saying it, basically. And thank you for those of you that do book as well, because that's basically what I'm getting the point across is a card may give you a card can actually give you a lot of clarity, but it's never going to be as much clarity as actually booking a session, is it? So, but sometimes it can. So just be open. I've had it where someone's pulled me a card and it's actually been exactly what I need to hear. It'll always be what you need to hear. It might not be what you want to hear, but it'll always be what you need to hear. Wait a minute, I'm going to have to look this up. So it must be something that was wanting me to look. I'm just too good at goodbye. That's when I channeled about whether that's recent stuff or stuff that, like what I'm saying about, because obviously the tantric guys are making me talk about sex here. Let's talk about sex, baby. Maybe you do need to talk about sex. Maybe you need to see if you're on the same page. And I don't mean like, well, actually, it could be with that too, but I meant like, yeah, with what's the do's and the don'ts and what you like and don't like, and but just kind of but I was more, you know, to be serious about it, it's like I'm more, because they just pulled me to that song, Too Good at Goodbyes, that's about somebody that's like, I'm never going to let you close to me, even though you mean the most to me. Oh my god. Think about how I started the fucking channeling. This person's had you on a pedestal, you mean a lot to them, but actually they've made it look like to you and everyone else that you mean fuck all. Whoa, really resonate with that. Sorry, twin, but you know it's true. Fucking sorry, my throat is being attacked right now. But again, I can own that it was the same back. At one point it was the same back. I could game face it to the max and make it look like I don't give a fuck about him. Definitely when I'm with him. If it was like, so say me and him had spent the night together, been doing whatever lovers do in the middle of the night, in the morning, and then and he'd be like, right, catch you, see you later, and I'd be like, fucking see you later, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm only joking. I wouldn't be like, do you mean? But it would be like it was no big deal to the two of us, and it's just immature. I mean, I laugh when I think back at it now, but it's just immature. It wasn't always like that. Sometimes, probably depended on where the moon's at, but sometimes it would have been a bit more, a little bit lovey-dovey, but sometimes it was, but most of the time it was just kind of like, right, too cool for school, the two of us. And that's what, again, I would not repeat that pattern, so that's why I always say it's like, look, don't come at me like that, because I'm probably just going to overwhelm the fuck out of you by being like, look, you know what I mean? No, not doing that again. Time's up. Time's up, buddy. And again, it's kind of like that's having confidence, because it's like, look, if you're divine feminist, have the confidence to be like, look, I want you, but I want all of you. So if you're going to come at me just wanting sex, go away, basically. But then you've got to break it down to, once you're at a level where somebody wants to open up to you and you're talking and it feels a safe and right time to do it, then you can be like, look, I'm totally up for having sex with you, but I need you to give me a wee bit more than that as well. I need to know, like, that you actually care about me. I don't know. I'm channeling somebody's situ. Right, so, but you can't force people into that. So it's a personal call with where you're at on your journey. And I'm only, bear in mind, I just want to put a disclosure. I am talking to twin flames right now, and twin flames that have really went through it and that are either right at the end of their journey, or you're actually in union. Look, love me now. That's just like, look, they just want to be loved. So don't take this advice for if you're not a twin flame and somebody's not that into you and they're just using you or playing you, or because it is because I say this all the time, but it's like it doesn't even matter if somebody is your twin flame if they don't come at you. If they come at you wearing a mask, it's because they've been used to being able to do that with everyone else. Don't fucking let them do that with you. And if you've already done that, or you do allow it, that's fine. Forgive yourself. Again, I'm going to fuck up somewhere along the line. It's just inevitable, so that I can help others with it too. But obviously, I'm in the unique position. Whereas if I'm saying this out here again, I don't know whether he fucking watches all of them or whatever, but I do feel he will check into them now and again, and it's one thing watching thing, it's another thing actually being in it. So, right, what do we need to know? Because I'm going to end this one. The electric. Creative expression. So again, five is about change. This could be something significant about May there as well, or even more literal about the 5th of May. Maybe it's just about more change. Oh look, and this is for the 5th. More change coming about around May there, or springtime, because that reminds me of spring as well. But I feel this is creative expression. It's somebody being more vocal about their feelings. Yep, and I feel that's reconciled. Whatever you had major differences about before, the yin yang squirrels, you're in union now. Well, also, whatever, I'm not even going to go there. My Scorpio energy is going in the day. Anyway, reconciling differences. Or maybe somebody's union is not till May, you know what I mean? Or I think that's people that are in union, just getting closer, basically. Follow the signs. And set love. Oh, look at that. Open your heart and set love and boundaries. Yeah, love it. What's the song now? Still Love Me Now, right? Because the Scorpio energy is about, we're going to use, and it's just, by the way, I'm just meaning my Scorpio energy, where the Gemini is hitting my chart. What do we need to know on top of that? Currently, for whoever this is going to make sense to, whether it's all of it or bits of it, what does the divine feminine want with the divine masculine? Wants them to come forward with a love. Doesn't want them to move on. He doesn't want them. They're not moving on with anyone else. It's they want that love. They want that offer of love, and they don't want the masculine to move on from the connection. That's what I'm getting from that. But I think there's worry. Look, that's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So that's like a gift from the universe, and I feel that's the gift of the union. But it's in reverse. It's like there's that kind of subconscious worry that that's not going to come, or it's not going to come when you want it. Of course it never does. Like I always say, right, when these unions happen, they're not going to happen when you're, well, they might for some people, but I just don't feel it. From what I've heard with people along the years, it's not like that. It's like, it's kind of like what I said the other day. It's like when you've been sitting about in your jammies for days, you've no brushed your teeth, you've no washed your face, and fucking, either they come to the door, which would be highly annoying. Christ, I mean, that really would not be my cup of tea, but whatever. Or they hit you up out of the blue and say they're going to be there in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like, that's when things tend to happen, because you've just chilled and you've let it go. So, Christ, if you want to be, always looking your best and on guard, then bash on, but I'm not fucking doing that anyway. Take me as I am, but I didn't mean literally like that, but that's quite funny. Right, so that's about self-love, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good enough however I'm at, wherever I'm at. And the divine masculine wants with this feminine to passionately work towards their twin flame, because they feel out in the cold. And also, this is a card that I just noticed the other week. he's got his eyes open looking beyond her. So that could even be a divine masculine that's with other, many other people or someone else, and they're thinking about, look, they're looking elsewhere. They're not getting satisfied at home. The Hanged Man. Look, and he's just staring at her. He's like, damn. I mean, there's some kinky shit going on there. I'm not, that card's always like, what in the fuck, man? Anyway, sorry, it's making me laugh. I was about to say all sorts. But anyway, that's the Four of Swords, right? So they want to passionately work towards something with the feminine because they feel out in the cold, and some of them possibly are even hanging about with other people that they're not even bothered about because they're looking at you, or they're looking at the feminine. But they're exhausted. And they're planning. Look, they're making a plan. This is you and your twin flames higher self making a plan together in the astral to be together. And look, and then they're going to come and lay their head in your bosom because you're the one they want to be vulnerable with and have the Queen of Cups. This is Cancer energy, actually, and that's what the full moon is. I'm going to film the actual full moon one on the full moon, but they want to be mothered and loved and looked after by. They want to be vulnerable with you, and that's what this full moon is about. They want to feel at home with you. They want to be able they want to be able to show it all with you. But people have got to get there in their own time, and some of them will, because there's a magician. And some people are delaying sending a message and travelling towards you, because that's that card, but it's in reverse. Yeah, and delaying working together in the physical. But look, I love that card. That's intimacy. And also, he must have strong arms. But it's like... But that's what they want. True love. Having a picnic outside, getting it on, whatever you floats your boat, but that is the Two Cups. It's like true love. And once whatever that delay is comes in, there's another passionate offer and another passionate new beginning. Because it's Judgment Day, justice. Yeah, right, okay. And they're hearing, oh my god, I love that. I've not used that deck for it. They're hearing messages from Spirit. I'm a clear channel for messages. This masculine's hearing the call, because I just pulled Judgment Day. They're hearing the call. Ow. Right. Please like, comment, subscribe. But I'm now shuffling these. What do we need to know? Is it going to be one of those cards that says, oh, look at that. Right now they're imagining, can I have this? What would you see, feel, think and hear if your wish came true? You're their wish fulfillment and it's intense. You're each other's wish fulfillment. They're grateful for this connection. Think about the people and things you feel grateful for, and they know that's worth waiting for, and so do you. Your patience will be rewarded. It's Mercury retrograde, guys. If you get together in Mercury retrograde, you've beat all the odds, but also take it slow, because people can change their minds. If it's your twin flame, they're not going to change their mind about you, but they might chop and change with their feelings and be all over the place. So your call, remember I said that I'm here to support people that need the support. And look, I'm ending at 33 minutes, Divine Masculine number. I'll see you tomorrow for the full moon video. Like, comment, subscribe, you know where I am if you want to book a session, and see you later.